Cosmic Power. How to Apply Universal Laws to Transform Your Life. Written by Ronnie Rowland. Published by Growth Literacy Lounge. Introduction. The universe operates according to a series of fundamental laws that govern everything, from the smallest atom to the grandest galaxy. These universal laws are not distant, abstract concepts, they are powerful forces that shape our everyday lives. Whether we recognize them or not, they influence every aspect of our reality, from the opportunities we encounter to the relationships we build and the success we achieve. In Cosmic Power, we will explore these timeless laws and, more importantly, how to apply them to create lasting transformation in your life. Understanding and harnessing these laws will enable you to align your thoughts, actions, and intentions with the flow of the universe, allowing you to unlock your full potential and shape your reality with purpose and clarity. Each chapter of this book delves into a specific universal law, providing practical insights and actionable steps to help you bring these powerful principles into your daily life. Whether it's mastering the art of attraction, aligning with the energy of abundance, or navigating life's rhythms with ease, these laws offer a roadmap to achieving the life you truly desire. By learning how to work with the cosmic forces that influence everything around you, you will move from a place of uncertainty to one of empowerment. No longer will life feel like a series of unpredictable events. Instead, you will understand how to use these laws as tools to create a life filled with purpose, joy, and prosperity. This journey into cosmic power isn't just about understanding, it's about transformation. It's about tapping into the vast potential that already exists within you and using the universal laws as a guide to unlock it. The universe is always in motion, responding to the energy we put out into the world. By learning to direct that energy with intention, you can become the architect of your own destiny. Are you ready to harness the power of the cosmos and step into the life you've always envisioned? This is your path to personal transformation, and the tools are within your reach. If you find value in today's video, smash that like button and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, questions, or ideas for future videos. Let's keep the conversation going. Your engagement fuels this channel, so let's grow together. Chapter 1. The Foundation of Oneness and Universal Connection. In the vast expanse of the cosmos, everything is bound by an invisible thread of connection, a profound oneness that ties every element of existence into a single, unified whole. This understanding forms the bedrock of what many ancient traditions and modern spiritual teachings call the law of divine oneness. The concept goes beyond religious boundaries, touching upon the core of reality itself. Everything and everyone, from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy, exists in an intricate web of interdependence. Imagine for a moment the ripples that emerge when a stone is tossed into a calm lake. The concentric circles spread outward, touching the surface of the water far beyond where the stone first entered. So too are we like stones in the vast waters of the universe. Every thought, action, and emotion we emit creates a ripple in the grand scheme of existence, influencing not only our immediate surroundings but also the larger cosmos. The law of divine oneness reminds us that we are never truly isolated, even in our most solitary moments. This universal connection is further explained by the law of vibration, which asserts that everything in existence vibrates at a certain frequency. Whether it's the frequency of a hummingbird's wings, the soft murmur of the wind, or the beating of a human heart, vibration is the essence of life. Even our thoughts and emotions carry their own unique energetic frequency, resonating with similar frequencies in the world around us. Positive emotions such as love, compassion, and joy vibrate at a high frequency, while negative emotions like anger, fear, and hatred vibrate at a much lower frequency. By understanding these two foundational laws, oneness and vibration, we begin to see how our individual lives are intertwined with the larger forces of the universe. The energy we project into the world attracts experiences that mirror our internal state. A person who vibrates with love and kindness will naturally draw experiences and individuals that reflect those energies, while someone steeped in fear or resentment will attract the opposite. This isn't merely a spiritual hypothesis. Modern science, particularly quantum physics, has shown that energy at the subatomic level behaves similarly, responding to the observer and interacting in a web of relational dynamics. The first step in aligning with the law of divine oneness and law of vibration is to become aware of the inherent connection we share with all things. When we understand that every action we take, every word we speak, and every thought we think has a broader impact on the world around us, it fundamentally changes how we interact with life. For instance, consider how our emotional states influence the people around us. Have you ever entered a room where someone is visibly upset, and without them saying a word, you can feel the tension in the air? This is the power of vibration at play. Our energy fields are constantly communicating with one another, often without us being consciously aware of it. Similarly, when we walk into a room filled with laughter and joy, we feel uplifted almost instantly. By becoming more conscious of the vibrations we emit, we can start to align ourselves with higher frequencies that bring positivity and harmony into our lives. A practical way to apply these concepts is through meditation and mindfulness. These practices help us quiet the mind and attune ourselves to the subtle vibrations of the universe. Through meditation, we can tune into the energetic field that connects all things, dissolving the illusion of separateness. It is in these moments of stillness that we come to realize the truth of our oneness with the universe. Moreover, choosing to focus on positive emotions and thoughts allows us to elevate our personal vibration. Simple acts of kindness, gratitude, and compassion ripple outward, touching lives we may never physically encounter but influencing the collective energy of the world. In this way, we are active participants in the co-creation of reality. Embracing the power of collective unity. The law of divine oneness also teaches us that individual differences are surface-level expressions of a deeper unity. Beneath cultural, racial, and religious distinctions lies a universal essence that we all share. When we recognize that the same divine spark exists in all beings, it fosters empathy, compassion, and a sense of responsibility toward one another. In a world that often seems divided, the law serves as a reminder that we are all interconnected threads in the fabric of life. This understanding opens the door to profound transformation. Imagine what could be achieved if more people embraced the truth of their connection to others and the universe. Acts of violence, exploitation, and injustice stem from a sense of separation, a belief that we are somehow disconnected from the suffering of others. But when we truly internalize the idea of oneness, we recognize that harm to one is harm to all, and kindness to one is kindness to all. One of the most inspiring figures who embodied this principle was Mahatma Gandhi, who once said, "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." This quote perfectly aligns with the law of divine oneness, as it highlights how individual transformation ripples outward, creating a collective shift. By changing ourselves, by elevating our vibrations and embracing oneness, we contribute to the healing and growth of the world. The law of divine oneness and the law of vibration are intertwined forces that guide our understanding of the universe and our place within it. They remind us that we are never alone, and that our thoughts, emotions, and actions carry the power to shape our reality. By cultivating an awareness of our interconnectedness and choosing to vibrate at higher frequencies, we can align ourselves with the harmonious flow of life. The journey toward oneness is not just a spiritual pursuit, it is a practical and transformative path that can bring about profound shifts in our personal lives and in the world at large. Chapter 2. Understanding the Mirror of Life, Correspondence and Attraction. As we move deeper into the universal laws, we begin to explore the intricate dynamics between our inner and outer worlds. The law of correspondence teaches us a simple yet profound truth: what happens within us is mirrored in our external reality. Our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are not isolated experiences. Instead, they create the world we see, influencing every encounter, relationship, and event that unfolds in our lives. To put it plainly, our outer world is a reflection of our inner state. This concept is closely tied to the law of attraction, which states that we attract into our lives whatever we consistently focus on, whether it's positive or negative. If the law of correspondence explains the mechanism behind this, the law of attraction teaches us how to consciously use it to our advantage. Together, these laws form the foundation of intentional living, allowing us to shape our reality through mindful focus and inner alignment. Consider life as a giant mirror. Each person, challenge, or opportunity you encounter is reflecting something about your inner state of being. Have you ever noticed that when you're feeling positive, the world seems brighter, people are friendlier, and things seem to fall into place more easily? On the other hand, when you're stressed, anxious, or upset, everything seems to go wrong. This isn't a coincidence, it's the law of correspondence in action. The outside world is simply holding up a mirror to your internal state. Understanding the law of correspondence requires us to develop a deep level of self-awareness. Every time we face difficulties or meet people who challenge us, the law invites us to ask, what is this reflecting about me? This doesn't mean blaming ourselves for every hardship, but rather taking responsibility for our internal landscape. The goal is not self-criticism but self-discovery. When we recognize patterns within ourselves, whether they be thoughts of scarcity, fear, or self-doubt, we begin to understand why those same patterns appear in our external lives. For example, if you consistently find yourself in relationships where you feel undervalued or unsupported, the law of correspondence asks you to look inward. Do you, perhaps, undervalue yourself? Are you setting boundaries that reflect self-worth? Similarly, if you face financial struggles, the law encourages you to examine your beliefs about money. Do you feel deserving of abundance, or do you carry subconscious fears about not having enough? By addressing these inner beliefs, you can transform your outer experiences. The law of attraction works hand in hand with this process. Once you've identified limiting beliefs or negative patterns through the lens of correspondence, you can shift your focus toward what you want to attract. The law suggests that like attracts like, meaning that if you focus on positive, abundant, and joyful thoughts, you will draw experiences that mirror those vibrations. Conscious creation through thought and emotion. The law of attraction can be boiled down to one simple principle: you attract what you focus on. This is a truth that mystics, spiritual teachers, and even scientists have discussed for centuries. Our minds are incredibly powerful tools for creation. Whether we're aware of it or not, we are constantly manifesting our reality through our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. However, the key to mastering this law is not simply thinking about what we want, but feeling it deeply and consistently. Our emotions are the fuel that powers the attraction process. When we generate feelings of gratitude, joy, and love, we emit a high-frequency vibration that attracts experiences vibrating at a similar level. On the contrary, when we dwell in fear, worry, or frustration, we attract circumstances that resonate with those lower vibrations. For this reason, cultivating emotional awareness is essential. Many people attempt to use the law of attraction by focusing on positive thoughts, but if those thoughts are accompanied by underlying feelings of doubt or anxiety, the results are mixed at best. True alignment between thought and emotion is necessary for the law to work effectively. To harness this power, begin by visualizing the life you want to create. Imagine it in vivid detail, not just as an idea, but as a full sensory experience. How does it feel to live in abundance? How does it feel to be surrounded by supportive, loving relationships? As you hold these images in your mind, allow the corresponding emotions to fill your heart. By doing this regularly, you're actively tuning your vibration to match the experiences you want to attract. In understanding the laws of correspondence and attraction, we can draw wisdom from Albert Einstein, who famously said, "Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions." This quote beautifully encapsulates the power of our thoughts and how they shape the future we experience. Einstein, a master of both science and the deeper mysteries of the universe, understood that what we imagine and focus on ultimately becomes our reality. Our imagination, fueled by emotion, becomes the blueprint from which our future is drawn. What we think about, we bring about. Therefore, it's essential to remain mindful of the internal world we nurture. The more aligned we are with our true desires, the more powerfully we can manifest them in our external reality. Applying the law of correspondence and law of attraction begins with taking an honest inventory of your thoughts and emotions. Start by observing the patterns in your life, both positive and negative. Ask yourself, what are these experiences reflecting about my internal world? From there, work on shifting your mindset and emotional state to align with what you truly desire. Here are a few steps to guide you. 1. Self-awareness journaling. Each day, take time to reflect on your interactions and experiences. What themes or patterns do you notice? How do they relate to your current thoughts and emotions? This will help you identify areas where inner transformation is needed. 2. Gratitude practice. Gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions for raising your vibration. Each morning or evening, list things you're grateful for. Feel the emotion of gratitude deeply, as this will attract more positive experiences into your life. 3. Visualization. Dedicate a few minutes each day to visualize your ideal life. Engage all of your senses and focus on how achieving your goals feels, not just how it looks. Let those emotions fill you. 4. Positive affirmations. Use positive affirmations to rewire any limiting beliefs you've uncovered. For example, if you struggle with self-worth, repeat affirmations like, "I am deserving of love and abundance." Over time, these affirmations will shift your internal state. By regularly practicing these techniques, you can harness the power of correspondence and attraction to shape a reality that aligns with your highest aspirations. The law of correspondence and law of attraction work together to create the world we live in. They remind us that the power to shape our lives is always within our control. By reflecting on our internal state and choosing to focus on positive, empowering thoughts, we can attract the experiences we desire. Life truly is a mirror, reflecting back to us what we believe and feel. By becoming conscious creators, we can turn that reflection into one of joy, abundance, and fulfillment. Chapter 3. The Power of Action and Alignment. In the pursuit of manifesting our goals, simply thinking about what we want is not enough. The universe requires us to move beyond passive contemplation and into the realm of inspired action. This is where the law of inspired action comes into play, reminding us that thoughts and desires alone cannot bring about change unless paired with action. It's the alignment between our inner visions and the steps we take that allows us to manifest our desires in the physical world. The law of energy, deeply intertwined with this, teaches us that everything in the universe is made up of energy, and that energy must be directed, exchanged, and transformed to create movement. Like electricity powering a light bulb, it is action that channels the energy of our thoughts and intentions into tangible results. Without action, the energy remains stagnant, potential left unrealized. However, not all actions are equal. Inspired action differs from random or forced effort. It stems from alignment with our deeper purpose and intuition, often feeling effortless and natural. This type of action flows from a place of inner clarity and is fueled by the belief that the universe is supporting us. It's when we act on ideas, feelings, or opportunities that come to us in moments of insight or inspiration, moments when we feel compelled to take a step, even when the full path ahead isn't entirely clear. The law of inspired action teaches us to act with intention, but it also stresses the importance of listening to our intuition. This isn't about hustling or constantly pushing forward. Instead, it's about acting when the time is right, when the energy around us is primed for movement. Imagine being a surfer waiting for the perfect wave. You don't paddle continuously without purpose, you wait for the right wave to rise, and when it comes, you take swift, deliberate action to ride it. One of the common misconceptions about manifestation is that merely thinking positive thoughts will bring results. While thinking positively and visualizing your desires are essential steps, without action, they remain wishful thinking. The key lies in coupling these thoughts with aligned actions that propel you toward your goals. Action grounded in fear or pressure is often counterproductive. It's action that stems from inspiration, those quiet nudges from within that guide us in the right direction, that leads to real progress. Think of it as a dance between the universe and your willpower. You dream and set your intentions, and the universe provides opportunities. It's your job to recognize those opportunities and act on them. The law of energy states that energy is neither created nor destroyed but constantly changes form. Every action we take is an exchange of energy, whether it's in our relationships, our work, or our physical environment. To manifest our desires, we need to be aware of how we're managing our energy and where it's being directed. Energy flows best when it's not blocked or misused. When we take actions that are aligned with our deepest desires and values, we feel energized, creative, and inspired. On the other hand, when we're acting out of obligation, fear, or stress, we often feel drained and disconnected. This is why it's so important to regularly check in with ourselves and ensure that the actions we're taking are in harmony with our higher purpose. For example, if you're working toward a financial goal, you could focus on opportunities that align with your skills and passions, allowing you to enjoy the process rather than viewing it as a chore. When energy flows naturally, doors seem to open more easily, and you experience less resistance. The key is to direct your energy wisely, avoiding the tendency to waste it on unimportant tasks or distractions. Practical steps to apply the law of inspired action and energy. 1. Listen to your intuition. The first step in inspired action is learning to trust your inner voice. Often, we are guided by subtle feelings or thoughts that push us in a certain direction. Pay attention to these nudges. They're signals from your higher self. Whether it's an urge to explore a new opportunity or take a small, yet significant step toward your goals. Inspired actions often come when we least expect them. 2. Act without attachment. One of the most powerful aspects of inspired action is acting without being overly attached to the outcome. Sometimes, fear of failure or perfectionism can hold us back from taking the steps we need to move forward. The universe rewards those who are willing to act in faith, trusting that even small steps can lead to great results. Let go of the need to control every detail and trust the process. 3. Channel your energy wisely. Be mindful of how you use your energy each day. Start by identifying activities or people that drain you and look for ways to minimize their impact on your life. Conversely, seek out experiences, projects, and relationships that energize you. The more time you spend on things that align with your core values, the more energized you'll feel, and the more progress you'll make. 4. Create momentum. Sometimes, all it takes to get moving is to take the first small step. Momentum builds with each action, even if it seems insignificant at the time. Whether it's making that first phone call, signing up for a class, or simply organizing your workspace, action begets action. Once you're in motion, it's easier to keep going. 5. Rest when needed. Inspired action is not about constant activity, it's about taking the right action at the right time. Just as important as moving forward is knowing when to rest and recharge. Pushing yourself too hard can lead to burnout and frustration. Follow the natural rhythms of your energy, and don't be afraid to pause and reflect when necessary. A relevant quote here comes from Steve Jobs, who once said, "Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do." This quote reflects the essence of inspired action, acting from a place of passion and belief. When we love what we do and act from that space, we align ourselves with the energy of creation and fulfillment. Jobs' message resonates with the idea that inspired action comes naturally when we are aligned with our purpose. It's not about forcing results, but rather following the inner spark that leads us to create something meaningful. That's the power of taking action in alignment with our deepest desires. The law of inspired action and the law of energy remind us that while dreams and thoughts are important, they must be coupled with purposeful, aligned action to bring them into reality. It's the energy behind our actions, guided by intuition and purpose, that propels us forward. By learning to act when we feel inspired, rather than when we feel pressured, and by channeling our energy wisely, we align ourselves with the natural flow of the universe. As we continue to act in alignment with our intentions, we build momentum, create new opportunities, and allow the universe to co-create with us. Success is not just about hard work, it's about listening to the quiet voice within, and following the path it leads us on, trusting that every inspired step brings us closer to our goals. Chapter 4. Cause, Effect, and Transformation. Life, at its core, is a series of interconnected events, each one the result of a cause, and each cause leading to an effect. The law of cause and effect explains this fundamental principle. Every action, no matter how small, has consequences that ripple outwards, often in ways we may not immediately see. This universal law, sometimes referred to as karma, emphasizes that the choices we make today shape the reality we will live in tomorrow. Aligned with this is the law of compensation, which suggests that the universe operates with a balance sheet of sorts. The energy we put into the world, whether through our actions, intentions, or emotions, eventually returns to us in one form or another. This doesn't mean that life is transactional or mechanical, but rather that the energy we emit into the world influences the experiences we attract. Positive energy, kindness, and effort will yield positive results, while negativity or harm will bring about challenges. Understanding these laws gives us both a sense of responsibility and empowerment. Our lives are not dictated by random chance but are influenced by the cumulative effects of our actions and choices. By acting with intention and aligning our behaviors with higher values, we can create a life of abundance and fulfillment. The ripple effect of every action. At every moment, we are creating ripples through our actions, much like a stone thrown into a pond. The law of cause and effect teaches us that nothing happens in isolation. Every word we speak, every decision we make, and every intention we hold sets off a chain reaction that shapes our personal and collective realities. Let's take a common example. Imagine someone who consistently treats others with respect and kindness. Over time, this person is likely to attract kindness and respect in return. Their positive energy spreads outwards, creating a ripple effect that touches not only those in their immediate circle but also strangers they may never meet. Conversely, someone who acts out of selfishness or anger will experience a very different ripple effect, as those around them respond to their negativity. This law applies not only to our interactions with others, but also to the choices we make in relation to ourselves. For instance, if we choose to focus on self-improvement, setting goals and following through with discipline, the effect will be a life of personal growth and achievement. However, if we allow procrastination or fear to dictate our actions, the results will reflect that lack of effort. This brings us to an important realization: the future is shaped by the actions we take today. It empowers us to understand that we are not powerless in the face of circumstances. Every step we take, no matter how small, moves us toward a future we are actively creating. The law of compensation complements the idea of cause and effect by illustrating how the universe balances the scales over time. This law assures us that no effort, no matter how seemingly insignificant, goes unnoticed. The energy and intention we invest into the world will eventually return to us in some form. Consider a farmer planting seeds. For weeks or even months, there may be no visible signs of growth, but beneath the surface, a transformation is happening. The seeds are sprouting roots, slowly preparing to break through the soil. In the same way, the efforts we put into our goals or relationships may not yield immediate results, but that doesn't mean they aren't working behind the scenes. Compensation requires patience, faith, and persistence. This law is particularly useful when we face challenges or setbacks. It's easy to feel disheartened when the results of our hard work aren't immediately apparent. However, the law of compensation reminds us to trust the process. Our actions are always leading to outcomes, though they may not unfold exactly as we imagine or within the timeline we expect. One of the most critical aspects of this law is the understanding that compensation works beyond material gain. It's not just about money, status, or physical rewards. The universe compensates us in countless ways, through personal growth, meaningful relationships, peace of mind, and even unforeseen opportunities. Sometimes the most valuable compensation comes in the form of lessons learned from difficult experiences. In understanding the law of cause and effect and law of compensation, we can turn to the wisdom of Ralph Waldo Emerson, who famously wrote, "The law of cause and effect is the law of laws." Emerson understood that this principle governs not just the physical world but the moral and spiritual realms as well. Everything we do has consequences, and those consequences ripple through time and space, shaping not only our present but also our future. Emerson's insight aligns with the concept of compensation. What we give to the world is ultimately what we receive. It underscores the importance of acting with integrity, compassion, and foresight, knowing that the energy we send out will always return to us in one form or another. Applying the laws to create positive change. To harness the power of the law of cause and effect and the law of compensation, it's important to become mindful of the energy and actions we put into the world. Here are some practical ways to apply these principles in your daily life. 1. Practice mindful action. Before making a decision or taking an action, pause to consider the potential ripple effects. Ask yourself, how will this impact me and others? By choosing actions that are aligned with your higher self and long-term goals, you can create positive outcomes. 2. Embrace responsibility. Recognize that you are the architect of your own life. While external circumstances may influence your path, your actions are the primary force shaping your destiny. By embracing responsibility for your thoughts, choices, and behaviors, you reclaim your power to create the life you want. 3. Be patient with the process. Trust that the universe is always compensating you, even when results aren't immediately visible. Like the farmer waiting for crops to grow, understand that some outcomes take time to manifest. Focus on consistent effort, and the results will come in due course. 4. Focus on positive energy. The more positivity you bring into your actions, whether through kindness, gratitude, or hard work, the more the universe will reflect that positivity back to you. Make a habit of spreading positive energy in your relationships, your work, and your personal growth, knowing that it will return in multiplied form. 5. Learn from challenges. When things don't go as planned, view the situation as a valuable learning experience rather than a failure. The law of compensation assures us that even in our struggles, there are rewards, lessons that make us stronger and wiser. 6. Act with integrity. Remember that compensation isn't just about the material or visible outcomes. Acts of integrity, kindness, and compassion may not always be immediately rewarded in obvious ways, but they create a positive impact on your energy field and the world around you. Over time, that energy will return to you in the form of peace, fulfillment, and unexpected opportunities. The law of cause and effect and the law of compensation offer us a powerful framework for understanding how our actions shape our reality. Every choice we make, every word we speak, and every thought we hold sends out ripples that influence not just our lives, but the lives of others. By aligning our actions with our values and maintaining patience in the process, we can trust that the universe will compensate us in ways that reflect our efforts. These laws remind us that nothing in life happens by accident. The energy we put into the world always returns to us, sometimes in ways we don't immediately understand. By becoming mindful of our actions and taking responsibility for the ripple effects we create, we can transform our lives and the lives of those around us. Chapter 5. Embracing Duality for Growth, Polarity, and Relativity. The universe, in all its complexity, operates through the balance of opposites. Light and dark, joy and sorrow, heat and cold, these dualities are not just philosophical musings but integral to how we experience life. The law of polarity explains that every aspect of existence has its opposite, and both are necessary for the whole. Without darkness, we wouldn't appreciate the light. Without challenges, we wouldn't recognize our strengths. Paired with this is the law of relativity, which suggests that nothing in life has an absolute meaning in itself. Everything is relative to our perspective. We define things in relation to something else. What may seem difficult to one person could feel like an easy task to someone else. Success, wealth, happiness, and even challenges are all viewed through the lens of our unique experiences and reference points. These laws together help us navigate life's complexities by showing us that opposites are necessary for growth and that our perception of any situation is shaped by how we choose to see it. By embracing the interplay of duality and perspective, we can learn to move through challenges and celebrate successes with a greater sense of balance and understanding. The law of polarity teaches us that everything in life exists on a spectrum of opposites, and we need both sides to fully appreciate the journey. Every success we experience is made sweeter because we've tasted failure. Every moment of joy is heightened because we've known sorrow. Far from being a law of struggle, polarity is a law of balance, revealing that the tension between opposites is what drives transformation and growth. Let's take love and fear, for example. These are two powerful forces in our lives, seemingly at odds, yet deeply connected. Fear can often feel like the opposite of love, but it is in understanding and overcoming our fears that we learn to love more deeply and authentically. Without the challenge of fear, love may lack depth and resilience. Polarity teaches us that every struggle is paired with an opportunity, and every obstacle contains the seed of a breakthrough. This concept is reflected in nature as well. Take the changing of seasons. The cold, dormant winter makes way for the rebirth and warmth of spring. Without the stillness of winter, the blossoms of spring wouldn't have the same vibrancy or significance. Life, much like nature, operates on this principle of balance, where one phase must complete before the other can fully emerge. By understanding and accepting the law of polarity, we stop resisting the natural ebb and flow of life. Instead, we begin to see how every downturn has an eventual upswing. Every setback contains the possibility for growth, and every moment of difficulty is balanced by the potential for joy. The key lies in embracing both sides of the coin and recognizing that they are part of the same whole. The law of relativity complements polarity by teaching us that everything we experience is shaped by the context in which we place it. This means that no situation is inherently good or bad, it's all relative to how we view it. This law encourages us to shift our perspective when faced with challenges and see them in a broader context. For instance, a task that seems overwhelming may feel lighter if you compare it to a much bigger challenge you've faced in the past. On the other hand, something you once found difficult may now seem simple when viewed from your current level of growth and experience. Relativity helps us realize that our experience of life is fluid, and our perception of difficulty or ease changes as we grow. Let's consider wealth as another example. To someone who lives in a remote village with few resources, having access to clean water and food is a symbol of wealth. However, to someone living in a developed nation, wealth may be defined by luxury cars and million-dollar homes. Neither perspective is inherently right or wrong, but both are shaped by the individual's environment and experience. The law of relativity teaches us to be mindful of the judgments and comparisons we make, because everything is viewed through the lens of our own reality. In personal development, this law is particularly powerful. When we begin to compare our progress to others, we often fall into the trap of feeling inferior or frustrated. The law of relativity encourages us to measure our growth not by external standards but by our own journey. Each of us is on a unique path, and what might seem like a small victory to one person could be a monumental achievement for another. By shifting our perspective and focusing on our own growth, we can find peace and contentment in where we are, while still striving toward our future goals. A famous quote from Carl Jung, the renowned psychologist, captures the essence of these laws. The brighter the light, the darker the shadow. Jung understood that duality is an inherent part of the human experience, and that the things we often avoid or fear are necessary for our growth and wholeness. This quote resonates deeply with the law of polarity, reminding us that embracing both light and shadow is crucial for living a full and balanced life. Jung's work with the human psyche revealed that in order to grow, we must face our inner darkness, the parts of ourselves we often reject or ignore. It is through this integration of opposites, of light and shadow, that we become whole. His insights reflect the importance of both polarity and relativity, as they teach us to accept the full spectrum of our experience and view life's challenges from a place of deeper understanding. To embrace the law of polarity and the law of relativity in your life, consider these practical steps. 1. Find the opposite in every situation. When you face a challenge, ask yourself, what is the opposite of this experience? For example, if you're feeling overwhelmed by fear, reflect on moments when you felt courageous. By recognizing that both fear and courage exist within you, you can balance the two and move forward with greater confidence. 2. Shift your perspective. The next time you find yourself feeling stuck or frustrated, try to reframe the situation. Ask, how can I see this differently? For example, if you're struggling with a difficult task, remind yourself of a time when you overcame something even more challenging. This shift in perspective helps you see that you are more capable than you think. 3. Celebrate growth, not comparison. Focus on your own journey. When you find yourself comparing your progress to others, remember that everyone is on a different path. Measure your growth against where you were a year ago, a month ago, or even yesterday. This will help you stay grounded in your unique experience and find satisfaction in your own progress. 4. Balance the extremes. Life often swings between extremes, highs and lows, success and failure. Instead of resisting these fluctuations, embrace them as natural. When you're in a period of difficulty, remind yourself that an upswing will follow. Conversely, when you're riding high, stay grounded by remembering that life's ebbs and flows are inevitable. 5. Practice gratitude for both sides. It's easy to feel grateful during the good times, but true growth comes when we find gratitude in the challenges. Each difficulty we face contains a lesson or opportunity for growth. Practice being grateful for both the highs and the lows, knowing that both are essential for your personal evolution. The law of polarity and the law of relativity offer powerful insights into how we navigate life's challenges and successes. By embracing duality, we come to understand that opposites are necessary for growth, and every experience, no matter how difficult, contains the seeds of transformation. The law of relativity reminds us that our perception shapes our reality, and that nothing is inherently good or bad. It's all about how we choose to view it. When we learn to balance these opposing forces and shift our perspective, we gain a greater sense of peace and resilience. Life's ups and downs become less overwhelming, and we begin to see them as part of the natural flow of existence. Through this understanding, we can move forward with confidence, knowing that every experience is an opportunity for growth and balance. Chapter 6. Flowing with the Rhythms of Life. Life moves in cycles, an undeniable truth reflected in nature, our bodies, and the broader universe. Day transitions into night, seasons shift from spring to winter, and the tides ebb and flow in a constant dance. These natural rhythms shape not only the world around us but also our personal experiences. The law of rhythm teaches us that everything in life operates in cycles, and by recognizing and aligning ourselves with these rhythms, we can navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease and grace. Understanding this law allows us to see that every peak will eventually be followed by a valley, and every challenging time will give way to a period of growth and renewal. The key to thriving in this cyclical reality is not to resist the natural ebb and flow of life, but to learn how to flow with it. Everything in existence moves in cycles, and these cycles affect every aspect of our lives. Our moods, energy levels, productivity, relationships, and even the larger events in the world follow natural rhythms. For example, after periods of high energy and productivity, we often feel the need for rest and reflection. Similarly, after a time of hardship, life usually offers us a phase of peace and recovery. The law of rhythm is also evident in the creative process. Creativity itself comes in waves. Artists, writers, and innovators often experience bursts of inspiration followed by periods of stillness, or even creative block. These phases are part of the natural rhythm of creation and must be respected. Trying to force productivity or creativity during a down period can lead to burnout and frustration, while honoring the ebb allows for rejuvenation and the eventual return of inspiration. This rhythm is present in every area of our lives, including our personal growth. We may go through times of rapid spiritual or emotional development, followed by quieter periods where it seems like nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, much like in nature, these quieter times are essential for reflection and internal growth. Just as the earth rests in winter before spring's rebirth, our souls need these pauses to integrate lessons and prepare for the next phase of expansion. One of the most profound lessons the law of rhythm offers is the importance of surrender. Trying to resist the natural cycles of life only leads to frustration and struggle. When we attempt to hold on to moments of joy, fearing their end, or resist times of difficulty, hoping to escape them, we miss the opportunity to flow with life as it unfolds. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up, it means accepting where we are in the moment and trusting that the cycle will shift in due time. If you're in a high energy phase, take advantage of it by working on projects, exploring new opportunities, and making progress toward your goals. When the inevitable low energy period arrives, allow yourself to rest without guilt, knowing that this phase is just as important for your long-term well-being. This ebb and flow is particularly evident in relationships. Just as individuals have personal cycles, relationships too experience moments of closeness and distance, harmony and discord. During periods of distance or difficulty, it's easy to feel anxious or fear that something is wrong. However, the law of rhythm reassures us that these moments are natural. By accepting the natural rhythms of relationships, we can navigate conflicts with greater understanding and patience, knowing that moments of connection will return. Practical ways to embrace life's rhythms. To align yourself with the law of rhythm, it's important to observe the natural cycles in your life and learn how to work with them. Here are a few practical steps to help you embrace life's rhythms. 1. Track your personal cycles. Pay attention to your energy levels, emotions, and productivity patterns over time. You may find that you naturally go through phases of high activity followed by periods of rest. By becoming aware of these cycles, you can plan your activities more effectively, scheduling important tasks during high energy phases and allowing for downtime during low energy periods. 2. Respect the ebb and flow. When you're in a productive or creative phase, embrace it fully. Take advantage of the momentum to achieve your goals and push forward. However, when you feel yourself entering a slower period, allow yourself to rest and reflect. Fighting against these natural rhythms can lead to stress and burnout. 3. Practice mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness and meditation are powerful tools for tuning into your inner rhythms. They help you become more aware of where you are in the current cycle and cultivate acceptance of the present moment. Whether you're experiencing a high or low, mindfulness helps you stay centered and calm. 4. Balance your activities. Make sure that your schedule includes time for both high-energy tasks and restful activities. For example, balance periods of intense work with activities that allow you to recharge, such as walking in nature, reading, or spending time with loved ones. Finding this balance will help you maintain harmony throughout the natural cycles of life. 5. Embrace change. Change is a constant part of life's rhythms. Instead of resisting change, practice embracing it. Understand that every phase, whether challenging or joyful, is temporary and part of the larger cycle. This mindset allows you to flow more easily with the ups and downs of life. 6. Trust the process. Trust that every down period serves a purpose. When you find yourself in a challenging phase, trust that it's leading to growth and transformation. Remember that after every winter comes spring, and every low point is followed by renewal. A powerful quote from the philosopher Lao Tzu captures the essence of the law of rhythm. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them, that only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. Lao Tzu's words remind us that by surrendering to the natural flow of life, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Resistance creates tension, while acceptance allows for ease and harmony. This wisdom encourages us to stop trying to control the outcomes and timings of our lives. Instead, we learn to flow with the changes, trusting that every phase has its purpose and its place in the grand design of our journey. The law of rhythm is not just about the personal cycles we experience, it extends to the larger rhythms that govern societies, economies, and even the planet. Civilizations rise and fall, economic markets fluctuate, and global ideologies shift over time. When we take a step back to observe these grand cycles, we begin to see that everything, no matter how chaotic it may seem, follows a pattern. Understanding this bigger picture allows us to approach life's larger uncertainties with more confidence. Whether we're experiencing personal setbacks or witnessing global challenges, the law of rhythm reminds us that change is inevitable, and new cycles of growth will always follow periods of difficulty. For example, think about the global economy. There are periods of prosperity and growth, followed by economic downturns and recessions. While these downturns can cause fear and uncertainty, the law of rhythm teaches us that they are a natural part of the economic cycle. After every recession, recovery eventually comes. This understanding allows us to navigate these fluctuations with more patience and perspective. The law of rhythm is a reminder that life is in constant motion, cycling through phases of growth, rest, challenge, and renewal. By embracing the natural rhythms of life, we can navigate its ups and downs with greater ease. This law teaches us the importance of surrendering to the flow of life, trusting that every phase serves a purpose, and knowing that the cycle will shift again. By learning to align ourselves with these rhythms, both in our personal lives and in the larger world, we find a sense of peace and balance. We stop fighting against the currents of change and instead flow with them, knowing that each season brings its own unique gifts and opportunities for growth. Chapter 7. Harmonizing Masculine and Feminine Energies. Life is a dynamic dance between contrasting yet complementary forces. In nature, we see this in the interplay of light and dark, fire and water, expansion and contraction. In human experience, these forces manifest as the masculine and feminine energies. The law of gender teaches us that both of these energies exist within every individual, regardless of biological sex, and that achieving balance between them is essential for creativity, growth, and fulfillment. The masculine energy embodies qualities of action, assertiveness, logic, and structure, while feminine energy represents intuition, nurturing, creativity, and fluidity. These energies are not limited to traditional gender roles or stereotypes, rather, they represent universal principles that flow within all of us. The balance of these energies within ourselves and in the world around us is crucial for a harmonious life. Understanding masculine and feminine energies. The law of gender is not about literal male or female traits but about the balance of energetic qualities that both men and women possess. Masculine energy is active, outward-facing, and driven by logic and reasoning. It is the energy of doing, achieving, and asserting one's will in the world. It's the force that helps us set goals, take decisive action, and establish boundaries. In its highest form, masculine energy is about focus, strength, clarity, and protection. Feminine energy, on the other hand, is receptive, inward-facing, and intuitive. It's the energy of being, of flowing with life rather than trying to control it. Feminine energy governs our creativity, emotional intelligence, and ability to nurture and connect deeply with others. It is the force that helps us tap into our inner wisdom, empathize with others, and trust the process of life. In its highest form, feminine energy is about compassion, intuition, and creation. Both energies are essential for a balanced and fulfilled life. Without masculine energy, we may lack the structure and drive to turn our dreams into reality. Without feminine energy, we may become overly rigid, disconnected from our emotions, and out of sync with our natural creativity. The harmony between these energies leads to a more integrated and empowered existence. The dance of masculine and feminine in daily life. To thrive, we must learn how to harmonize these energies in our daily lives. Many of us tend to lean more toward one energy than the other, depending on our upbringing, societal conditioning, or personal preferences. For example, Someone who is highly driven and task-oriented may have a strong connection to their masculine energy, while someone who is deeply intuitive and emotional may resonate more with their feminine energy. However, both energies must be balanced for us to feel whole. If we are too much in our masculine energy, we may become workaholics, constantly pushing ourselves to achieve but feeling emotionally disconnected or burnt out. If we are too much in our feminine energy, we may struggle to take action or set clear boundaries, drifting through life without a sense of direction. The goal is not to suppress one energy in favor of the other, but to integrate them, so they work together in harmony. For instance, when we pursue a goal, we can use masculine energy to plan, strategize, and take action, while using feminine energy to listen to our intuition, be open to change, and nurture our inner growth. When these energies are in balance, we can move through life with both purpose and grace, taking decisive action while staying attuned to our emotional and spiritual needs. Practical steps for balancing masculine and feminine energies. 1. Create a balance between doing and being. If you tend to be more action-oriented masculine energy, make space in your life for rest, reflection, and creativity feminine energy. This could mean setting aside time for meditation, journaling, or spending time in nature. Conversely, if you find yourself often in a state of inaction or emotional overwhelm feminine energy, challenge yourself to take small steps toward your goals, create structure in your day, or assert your boundaries. 2. Tap into intuition before taking action. Before diving into a new project or making a big decision, take a moment to tap into your inner wisdom. Spend time in quiet reflection or meditation and listen to your gut feelings feminine energy. Once you feel clear, use your masculine energy to take focused action based on that intuition. 3. Foster emotional awareness and emotional expression. Emotional intelligence is a key aspect of feminine energy. Pay attention to your emotions and express them in healthy ways. This could mean having open, honest conversations with loved ones, or finding creative outlets for your feelings, such as art, music, or writing. 4. Set clear goals and take decisive action. Masculine energy thrives on clarity and direction. Set specific, achievable goals for yourself, and create a plan to reach them. Use discipline and focus to follow through on your actions. However, allow space for flexibility and intuition as you move toward these goals. 5. Embrace nurturing and compassionate leadership. Whether in the workplace, at home, or within your community, practice leadership that balances strength with empathy. Leading with masculine energy means setting boundaries, making decisions, and being assertive when necessary. Leading with feminine energy means being nurturing, compassionate, and attentive to the needs of others. Both forms of leadership are essential for creating balanced, harmonious environments. The balance of masculine and feminine energy is particularly important in relationships. Healthy relationships are built on a dynamic interplay between these energies, with each partner bringing their own strengths while respecting and honoring the others. In romantic relationships, polarity, the attraction between opposing energies, can create a sense of passion and connection. However, it's important for both partners to have access to their full range of energies. For example, a strong, driven individual may need to tap into their feminine energy to connect emotionally with their partner, while someone who is more nurturing may need to embrace their masculine energy to assert their needs and boundaries. Successful relationships are not about conforming to rigid gender roles but about honoring the masculine and feminine within ourselves and each other. When we learn to appreciate both energies, we can support one another's growth and create a partnership that is both dynamic and balanced. A well-known quote from Rumi, the Sufi poet and mystic, beautifully encapsulates the essence of balancing masculine and feminine energies. "You were born with wings, why prefer to crawl through life?" This quote speaks to the boundless potential we have when we harmonize both our masculine and feminine qualities. By integrating these energies, we are able to rise above limitations, expanding our creative and spiritual potential. Rumi's wisdom reminds us that we are not meant to live small or fragmented lives. We are capable of soaring, of achieving great things while staying deeply connected to our emotional and spiritual truth. Balancing the active and receptive forces within us allows us to embrace life fully and fly toward our highest potential. The law of gender doesn't just apply to individuals, it also plays out on a larger scale in societies and the world. For centuries, the masculine energy of logic, control, and domination has been dominant in many parts of the world. While this energy has brought about technological advances and societal structures, it has also led to imbalances, such as environmental degradation, inequality, and emotional disconnection. There is a growing recognition of the need to restore balance by honoring the feminine energy of compassion, collaboration, and nurturing. This shift is happening in various sectors, from leadership and politics to environmentalism and social justice. As we collectively embrace the qualities of both masculine and feminine energy, we create a more sustainable and equitable world. The law of gender invites us to harmonize the masculine and feminine energies within ourselves and in the world around us. By integrating action with intuition, strength with compassion, and logic with creativity, we can live a more balanced and empowered life. Both energies are necessary, and when they work in harmony, they unlock our fullest potential. In relationships, work, and personal growth, the balance of these energies allows us to move through life with both purpose and grace. On a larger scale, honoring both masculine and feminine qualities brings us closer to a world that values both progress and nurturing, creating a more just and sustainable future. Chapter 8. Mastering the Art of Conscious Creation. As we come to the final chapter, we reflect on the journey through the universal laws that shape our lives and experiences. These principles guide us not just toward understanding the world but toward mastering it through conscious creation. The ultimate goal of learning the universal laws is to gain the power and awareness to shape our destiny intentionally. By understanding and applying these laws, we move from a place of passive existence to one of empowered creation. Conscious creation is the process of using our thoughts, emotions, actions, and awareness to intentionally shape our lives. It's the art of co-creating with the universe, using the energy and tools provided by these laws to manifest our deepest desires and highest purpose. In this chapter, we will integrate all the lessons learned and explore how to consciously use the laws to create a life that aligns with our inner truth and aspirations. The power of mind and thought. At the core of conscious creation is the understanding that thought is energy, and energy creates reality. Throughout this journey, we've explored how our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions emit vibrations that interact with the universe, attracting experiences that match their frequency. The law of attraction taught us that like attracts like, meaning our thoughts and feelings shape what we draw into our lives. The law of vibration reminds us that everything in existence is in constant motion, vibrating at different frequencies. To master conscious creation, we must first master our minds. The mind is a powerful tool, capable of creating realities that either uplift us or limit us. If we allow fear, doubt, and negativity to dominate our thoughts, we unconsciously create a life filled with obstacles and frustrations. However, when we intentionally focus on thoughts of abundance, love, joy, and gratitude, we align ourselves with higher frequencies that attract corresponding positive experiences. Alignment with universal flow. A key aspect of conscious creation is alignment. This means aligning our intentions, actions, and energy with the natural flow of the universe. The law of rhythm taught us that life operates in cycles, with periods of growth and rest, activity and stillness. By recognizing and working with these rhythms, we can move in harmony with the universe, rather than against it. For example, if you're working toward a goal, it's important to recognize when it's time to take decisive action, masculine energy, and when it's time to step back, reflect, and allow things to unfold naturally, feminine energy. This dance between action and surrender is crucial for manifesting our desires. If we push too hard without allowing time for reflection and trust, we risk burning out or encountering resistance. Similarly, if we wait passively without taking action, we may miss important opportunities. The law of gender also reminds us of the balance between the masculine and feminine energies within us. Conscious creation requires the ability to tap into both energies to plan, act, and create structure, while also nurturing our intuition, creativity, and inner knowing. Practical tools for conscious creation. 1. Clarify your intentions. Conscious creation starts with clear intention. What do you truly want to create in your life? This goes beyond material desires, it's about aligning with your highest purpose and vision for your life. Take time to get clear on your intentions by asking yourself questions like: what does my ideal life look like? What values do I want to live by? What brings me the most joy and fulfillment? Write down your intentions and revisit them regularly. Clarity is the first step in focusing your energy and directing it toward the creation of your desired reality. 2. Visualize your desired outcome. Visualization is a powerful tool for conscious creation. When you visualize your goals as already achieved, you activate the law of vibration by emitting the frequency of success and fulfillment. The brain responds to vivid imagery as if it were real, helping to align your subconscious mind with your conscious desires. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing your ideal life, and focus on the emotions of joy, gratitude, and excitement that arise from imagining your desires fulfilled. 3. Use affirmations and positive self-talk. Affirmations are a way to reprogram the mind and shift your energy. By repeating positive, empowering statements, you reinforce new beliefs that align with your goals. For example, if you're working on attracting abundance, an affirmation might be, "I am worthy of abundance, and it flows effortlessly into my life." The key is to say these affirmations with conviction and feeling, as emotion amplifies the energy behind your words. 4. Take inspired action. As we learn from the law of inspired action, thought alone is not enough to manifest our desires, we must also take steps toward our goals. However, this action should be aligned with your intuition and the flow of the universe. Rather than forcing things to happen, trust that the universe will present the right opportunities and act on them when they arise. Inspired action feels natural and aligned, rather than forced or pressured. 5. Cultivate gratitude. Gratitude is one of the highest frequencies we can emit, and it accelerates the process of conscious creation. By focusing on what we are grateful for, we shift our energy to one of abundance and receptivity. Each day, take a moment to reflect on the things you're thankful for, both big and small. Gratitude not only raises your vibration but also helps you attract more things to be grateful for. 6. Trust the process. Trust is a fundamental aspect of conscious creation. Once you've set your intentions, visualized your goals, and taken inspired action, let go of the need to control how and when your desires will manifest. Trust that the universe is working behind the scenes to bring your desires to fruition. This doesn't mean being passive, but rather releasing attachment to the outcome and allowing the universe to co-create with you. One of the biggest barriers to conscious creation is the presence of limiting beliefs. These are deep-seated beliefs that tell us we're not worthy, capable, or deserving of what we want. These beliefs often operate unconsciously, sabotaging our efforts to manifest our desires. The law of correspondence reminds us that our outer reality mirrors our inner world. If you consistently find yourself facing obstacles or unfulfilled desires, it may be a sign that there are limiting beliefs blocking your path. To overcome these, it's important to become aware of them and actively work to change them. Start by identifying any negative thoughts or patterns that arise when you think about your goals. Do you hear a voice telling you, "I'll never succeed" or "this is too hard"? Challenge these beliefs by asking yourself if they are objectively true, or if they are just fear-based assumptions. Replace these limiting beliefs with positive affirmations that align with your desired outcome. One of the most famous quotes on the power of creation comes from Napoleon Hill, who said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." This quote embodies the essence of conscious creation. Our mind is the architect of our reality, and when we combine belief with intention and action, we have the power to manifest our dreams. Hill's message serves as a powerful reminder that the boundaries we encounter are often the ones we create for ourselves. The universe mirrors the energy we put forth, and when we maintain a clear vision, believe in it with unwavering conviction, and take purposeful action, there is no limit to what we can accomplish. Conscious creation involves the mastery of all the universal laws we've explored. Each law builds upon the other, creating a framework for understanding how energy flows, how reality is shaped, and how we can interact with the universe to bring about desired outcomes. The law of oneness reminds us that we are all connected, and that the energy we put into the world affects the collective. The law of attraction shows us how our thoughts and emotions shape what we attract, while the law of vibration explains how everything in existence moves and vibrates at different frequencies. Mastering these laws allows us to co-create with the universe in an empowered way, fully embracing our role as creators of our reality. This understanding shifts us from feeling like victims of circumstance to becoming active participants in the unfolding of our lives. Conscious creation is the art of intentionally shaping our reality by aligning our thoughts, emotions, and actions with the universal laws. By mastering our mind, tapping into higher vibrations, and taking inspired action, we co-create with the universe, bringing our deepest desires into reality. The journey toward conscious creation is one of empowerment and responsibility. It's about recognizing that we are not separate from the universe but integral to its flow. As we align with the laws that govern our existence, we unlock the power to create a life of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. Final word. As we reach the end of this journey through the universal laws, it becomes clear that these principles are not just abstract concepts, but powerful tools that shape every aspect of our existence. They serve as guiding forces that, when understood and applied, allow us to live in harmony with the natural order of the universe. Each law offers profound insights into how we create our reality, navigate life's challenges, and align with our highest purpose. But this journey is far from over. In fact, it's only the beginning. The wisdom of these universal laws invites us to step into the role of conscious creators, embracing the knowledge that we are not passive observers in life, but active participants in shaping our destiny. The power lies within us to align our thoughts, emotions, and actions with these laws and create a life filled with meaning, joy, and fulfillment. The future is yours to shape. Go forward empowered by the knowledge that the universe is always working in your favor. You are a creator, a force of infinite potential, and the world is waiting for you to make your mark. Take care, and be well.